So as we started to think of ways to approach computer science content for Tennessee, we wanted to find a supplemental resource that would reach K through 12 and include some components of high quality project-based learning. So Defined Learning is providing that by supplying us with this portfolio of computer science content that's organized by grade bands, as you see on the screen here. And each of these grade bands has units that are aligned to ISTE, the International Society for Technology and Education, and to CSTA, Computer Science Teachers Association standards. Next slide. All right, so the content's broken into 4 or 5 units that are also directly aligned to our Tennessee state standards. And so this supplemental PBL curriculum gives our teachers a starting point on how to engage with these new computer science standards. And again, it's through project-based learning. It's also very important as a career piece because it's embedded throughout the lessons, because it gives our students an opportunity to learn about related careers in computer science as well, and in different STEM careers. So that happens to be a win-win for us because we have that focus based on our computer science legislation, but we also have a big career awareness focus as well. Next slide. So the next few slides, I just wanted to share with you some of the touch points. You might have to click play, Brandy. I thought it would start automatically. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I wanted to share some of the touch points. You'll get to hear about them. When you go into Defined Learning, if you're familiar with Defined Learning, it has that slide deck like you see at the top of the slide here, where students have that slide deck where they're introduced to our project-based computer science activities. And each project starts with that introduction where students are given a hook and a scenario, and it lays out the problem and it gives them those real-world connections, some career spotlights, research questions, and a little bit of vocabulary to get them interested and into the project. There's also some checkpoints, which are embedded questions throughout, where we can probe students with inquiry and critical thinking. And there's great resources for teachers as well. One of my favorites being the teacher notes, because a lot of us know we get in the classroom. When's the last time we had a computer science class? Probably 20 years ago, right? So each one of these projects starts with those teacher notes that you can kind of get yourself refreshed on the topics. And then there's some rubrics that are embedded that give you a basic foundation for project-based learning and how to structure your lesson. But you can also customize those rubrics as well and make them what you need them to be. So this resource really works for our educators because you can jump in at any level of project-based learning implementation that you're at. And it's really a turnkey resource for us where teachers can jump in no matter where they are and get a solid understanding of PBL structure and how PBL functions. Next slide. All right, so our standards. Our standards are connected through our core content and our computer science standards, like mentioned before. And one of our elementary computer science standards involves students being able to communicate key ideas and being able to take research and information and be able to inform and persuade through digital tools. So for example, the lesson that you're looking at here, the wildlife biologist lesson, they're able to address this standard by using different digital resources to look up different topics. And then they have to use those same digital tools to create some type of product to share with a targeted audience. So all of these projects that you'll see in our computer science package comes with 3 to 4 different work products that students can choose from. So they can do one of the activities or choose to do all 3 or 4. But these products can be anything from posters to digital presentations, drawings, models, photo stories, infographics, you name it. So for example, in this lesson though, with the wildlife lesson, students have to design a web page that they can use to just share with the park visitors what the park is about. They can create a brochure that teaches the visitors about the natural environment And they can also create a video that teaches the park visitors about the impact of different invasive species. So students are given many ways to practice and use their digital readiness and computer science skills in this project. And last but not least, those career connections, again, a big focus for us, are made by way of the real world connections and the roles that kids are introduced to in the projects. They're able to watch a short video clip. It's usually about 2 minutes, and it highlights people working in different STEM career fields that are connected to that project's topic. So for example, in the wildlife biologist project, they were introduced to a biologist, a zoologist, a park ranger, and a research scientist. So again, just a host of careers for students to learn about and engage with as well. Next slide. So I just wanted to wrap up by sharing that I enjoyed being a teacher using defined learning for project-based learning in my class. And I'm so excited about our partnership, TSIN, with defined learning, and how we're taking computer science and project-based learning and bringing it together in a meaningful way that kind of supports our students in Tennessee to be the next generation of creative thinkers and doers. And that's it for me. So I'll toss it back over to Brandy and we'll take questions.
Yeah, no, you explained that beautifully. I just wanted to add, I think, George, back to your initial description of connecting that learning to something students are actually interested in, something that is right in front of them and that they can experience through the world around them is really important. So having this resource available for our state has been incredible. So yeah, we're very excited for the partnership.